Greetings everyone. In this video I'd like to go over how VWAP applies slightly differently to trading futures markets than trading stocks. Okay, looking at this chart right here, we have the ES chart on 5 minutes, and this is back on November 27th, 26-27 of 2020. I've just put on the basic VWAP. There's nothing special about this. This is a VWAP that comes standard here with TradingView, but nothing special. So you can see the blue line here of VWAP. Now VWAP is volume weighted average price. So it's kind of like a moving average, but it gives more weight when there's more volume associated with that price. And here's a really good example right at this spot right in here. If we can see these 3 candles in a row right here, 1, 2, 3, right? We can see the angle of them. We have increasing, it's going up a bit, but look at the VWAP line. It is pretty much flat. And then we take the same right in this area here. It's about the same angle, but notice a little kick up in VWAP here. If we do something by turning on our volume, we can see that in this area here, where these were slightly up, VWAP is flat because this is the volume right here. It's a level volume, nothing dramatic. We have a big spike in volume here, so we can see this little uptick here, make this a little bigger, in our VWAP line. So even though the price is going about the same from bottom to top here as it is right in this area, we have volume shooting up, okay? And so this is going to give this little tick up. Yes, I know price has gone up a little bit, but the volume is what the play is on this one, okay? The same thing here. We have the price going up, we have the volume coming up, so it's going to change the angle. Now, this is something this is going to be specific to futures, which is why I put this on here. The futures markets, as I discussed in a previous video, we have different sessions. So we have the Asian market, which starts here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We have the European market, which starts at 3 a.m. Eastern time. And then we have the US market, which starts here at 9:30 Eastern time. Well, as we can see just on VWAP, see how the volume increased dramatically. Look at this. This is the US market's volume. So we're automatically going to get an increase in VWAP here. This one didn't have so much of an increase for their volume, so there wasn't too much change on VWAP. And this is where it gets interesting. What if I started a new VWAP? This is the whole session, so let me zoom this out. So this is for the entire session. So what if I started a new VWAP at the beginning of each session? Let's take a look at that. There's an interesting tool here in TradingView called Anchored VWAP, and check with your charting platform. I'm sure there's some out there where you can draw it yourself. So I'm going to choose this Anchored VWAP, and I'm going to go right here at 3 a.m., which is the start of the European session, and I'm going to click, and we'll put VWAP. Let's make this yellow, just so we can see a little bit differentiate. So we can see now this little volume increase here. It doesn't have much play because it's an average over all of the remaining, all the previous volume. However, this same uptick in volume has really kicked this up. We can see, I'm going to zoom in just for this session, like this here, we can see how much of a difference it makes, because this is the volume weighted average price based on these, I don't know, 7 or 8 candles, where this is the volume weighted average price based on everything that happened prior as well. So it gives us a little more accurate view of VWAP pertaining to this specific session, okay? So you can see how it matches very nicely. Here's you're crossing a VWAP and hovering around where it's not even coming close. If you were watching the standard VWAP, this almost doesn't make much sense to be viewing that. So let's add one on to the US session as well. This was a short day due to the Thanksgiving holiday week we had here in the US. So let's add an anchored VWAP starting at 9:30 as well. And let's make this one, let's make this green, just so we can differentiate and we can see what it looks like. Now, here is the blue is the original VWAP. The yellow takes the European session into consideration as well. So we can see here we have this uptick, we have this one and this one as well. This is the green only for the US session. And we can see how it does respect it a little bit more where this one from the entire session starting from the Asian market almost doesn't make sense. Like, how can we use this? We get some crossing here, but you know, what are you going to do with that? where this green one definitely makes a little more sense. When we look at the European session, we can see how this yellow one definitely makes more sense than this blue one. Okay, so that's just something that's very good to take a look at for futures. It's different for stocks because you only have that one session. If you're trading the New York Stock Exchange, you have that 9:30 a.m. through the rest of the day. Or if you're trading a European session, you have just that session you're trading your stocks on. But with futures, because they're trading 23 hours per day and they break out, each session has a little bit more of its own personality to it. So throw a VWAP on there and see what you can see if it makes sense to you. Good luck.